What's up, you guys? Mighty Mike here, and I'm here with Business Marketing 911. I'm so excited about our very first episode here. You guys who have been following me for a while, you know that I love the podcasting medium. I love to bring on people and leverage their knowledge and their audience. They're just the awesome value they bring. So today, I am like super stoked because I have a guest that's coming on that he started his law firm in 2013. He took a leap and started a virtual law firm where now he's helped over 4,000 entrepreneurs to start their business. And he's got over 1,000 5-star Google reviews. He's got the ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club Award. For those of you guys that don't know, that's not something lawyers, I've never even heard of a lawyer, and this guy actually did it. And this is a huge achievement, ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club Awards. And now he's a coach, and he empowers lawyers to be able to start their own virtual law firm and generate legal clients online. This is the future for anybody in the legal space, and you should definitely be super excited to be able to hear from him. I know that I definitely am. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So first of all, let me bring this wonderful guest on. I'm using this new software here, so go add to stream. Perfect. What's going on, Sam?
How you doing, Mikey?
Hey, I'm really excited, man, to have you come on, like I said, and I definitely want to be respectful of your time and dive right into it. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became a lawyer, and let's dive into it.
Sure. So pretty much, when I was in law school, before law school in college, pretty much we all had to decide what to do after college. And a couple of my close friends started looking into law school, and I started looking into my options too. So as much as I was concerned, I had to go to grad school. So it was either one of three options: medical, business, or law school. And I was like, non-medical, business, or law. And I kind of went for it just because my friends kind of ventured to the law route. I went to. Fast forward 4 years later, before I even passed the bar, which is the final exam that you take to become a lawyer, I'm like, I don't necessarily like being a lawyer. I'm like, what am I gonna do? So this is even before I even became the thing that I wanted to become. I'm like, this is not what I want to do. So passed the bar, thankfully, and then I was working, but I was miserable. I was, I would go to work at 9, and 9:05, I'll be looking at the time. I'm like, when am I leaving? So I had to find a way out. And started soul searching, started reading, and I basically realized that the answer is I should go create my own law firm and run it like an online business. At the time, I read the amazing Tim Ferriss book, the 4-Hour Workweek book, which is it's like a must. It's like a Bible for every entrepreneur. I read that book, and it kind of exposed me to this whole virtual model, this automation kind of model, where I will be able to create an online business. And it was so interesting for me that I'm like, I'm going to apply this model to the law model. And fast forward 5 years later, I've been able to implement the things that I learned from the 4-Hour Workweek book based on 3 key principles. One is virtual. So that means I run my law firm from my bedroom, even before the whole pandemic. Second is automated. That means I create the systems behind it. And once I create the systems, then it's basically running on itself. And the third is scalable. So whatever I build, it's not, my own actions are not tied to one input is now one output. It's one input, multiple outputs. So a good example I could give is creating funnels, creating videos, things like that, one action could lead to hundreds and impacting hundreds and thousands of people. And through those actions, I've been able to serve over 4,000 clients. At this point, I also created multiple online law firms for myself, and also help other lawyers create their own law firm as well.
That's really cool. So for those of you guys that don't understand, like a virtual law firm, are we talking like, I won't say any of the names, but like you go on and you create a will online. Is this kind of what we're talking about?
Kind of, yeah, but with the more personalized service. With these online websites that kind of offer legal services, it's more like, here's an order form, check yourself out. It's kind of like a self-checkout lane, versus, hey, come here. I know, let us talk to you, understand basically where you want to be in a year or two, and let us advise you upfront, set it up properly, so that you don't have to figure things out by yourself. So you don't have to know anything. You just have to come to us and say, hey, I want to, Sam, I want to start a business, and we'll make sure that you're set up correctly.
That's cool. So like I get what you're saying, because like I did one to do my corporation, one of my new corporations in Florida, and it was just like that. It was transactional. I just went in and did it. But when I did it, I wasn't really sure. I was like, should I do this or an LLC? So that's what you're saying, is like you would have a system where it would be a Zoom call or something that would tell me what I should do.
Exactly what you should do, and also what you should do after you're set up, which is a lot of people miss that part. It's not just about how you get set up, but okay, what do you do now? What should you be mindful of? How should you go get a business credit card? How would you run your expenses? How do you set up your accounting? All that stuff. I provide that guidance as well.
Okay, that's really cool. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So in the whole process of setting this up, back in the day, law firms, the way they worked was, well, any business actually, you would sit down at Denny's with the Yellow Pages lady, because she didn't live anywhere near you. And she would tell you, like, this is how much it is for a full page, how much it is for whatever, and you pay for it, and the phone would ring. Nowadays, we're in a much different environment. So tell us just a couple tips for like a virtual law firm. Like, what should somebody do in terms of marketing to get their website found?
So it's all based on the foundation of a funnel, a sales funnel. ClickFunnels, the whole world is basically the establishment of my entire law firm. So I studied about funnels and I applied it to the law model. That's basically the skeleton, the structure that whenever I place this funnel in front of my dream clients, that's the structure that gets them to take action, which is typically to do a booking with me, and also helps with actually retaining the clients as well. So yeah, funnel, basically the funnel system.
Yeah, and so for those of you guys that don't know a funnel, it's like a website, but it doesn't leak customers. It's the idea is that people who come to it are going to learn about you. Your brand's going to take them a Brit. It's a whole psych. I think that ClickFunnels is like website psychology for websites. I feel like that's what it is. It's so much deeper.
Yeah, the best way that could kind of explain it is a multi-step process that takes prospects and turns them into clients. So you're leading your clients down a very particular path that you want them to take, which increases your chance of them becoming your clients and customers.
That's good. Yeah, I think I dove into funnels a lot, and one thing I learned was that, everything is targeted. The number one thing I learned about was segmenting your list of like who it is you're trying to target. Like if you're a lawyer, like we were just talking about, maybe you want to target corporations separate from wills and trusts, and your landing page would be totally different. We call it a funnel. Your funnel would be totally different for those different demographics. So what do you have to, we're getting ready to dive in here into the website review, but real quick, Sam, I want to know, because I don't want to miss out on this. What would you say is your number one expertise when it comes to funnels? Because funnels is it's a huge world. What is your number one expertise in that?
It's being able to find niches and testing to see whether they work or not. So it's creating, I call it a minimum viable funnel, a very simplified kind of funnel that I would be able to bring page traffic. So to say, let me just talk practical terms. Either using Facebook ads or Google ads to bring people to the funnel, and testing to see whether I get leads, bookings, and clients from it. If it does, great. Let me optimize the funnel, and let me get more people to come to the funnel.
Okay, awesome. So now let's go ahead and dive into it, because I love the idea of optimizing for different things. So one of the things I want to do in this podcast is to dive into some of the technical stuff that some people might fall asleep with, but actually it's that little extra oomph that's going to get you more website traffic, more visitors. So bear with us on the technology thing here for a second, but I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to dive into it. The person that the website we're reviewing today is a website called Rooney Law Firm. And this is someone who submitted their website to be reviewed and wanted some feedback.
Do I have full right to say everything and anything?
Yes, anything and everything. We're gonna be a little harsh, okay? We're gonna be a little harsh. Not personal, but we want to provide as much value as we can here. And for those of you guys who don't know, real quick, let me just throw this up here real quick. You can actually comment below your website, and you'll be entered to win a $3,000 website setup. So you get it completely waived. You get a $3,000 credit. So I definitely don't want to forget to mention that. That's why Rooney Law Firm submitted their thing, their website to be reviewed, and you can do the same. So we're at the end of the show today with 5 minutes left. We're going to announce today's winner. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So Sam, I'll have some comments here, but I definitely want to lean on you being the top lawyer California here with all these reviews. We'll talk about Google Maps and reviews a little bit too, but let's dive into the website. What's your first impression here?
Number one mistake that lawyers make is that they make their website about themselves. This is straight up. It's a pamphlet about who you are and what your achievements are. Essentially what I'm looking at. Rooney Law Firm, an experienced California law firm that achieves outstanding results. Great. But it says nothing about who you're helping and how you can help your clients achieve whatever that you're offering. So the way to, and below that, we see the call to actions. And that's another rule that we're breaking is we want to have one clear call to action, which is the next step. So let's scroll up. I think the most important part is above the fold. So let's stick to that. So the first is the headline. So you need to be very clear exactly what you do, who you serve, and how you can help them. So out of those three niches, we need to pick one. So what I would do if I was Mr. Rooney is I would go look at my past client list in the entire 12 months prior. And out of all those niches, I'm going to know which one brings most of my revenue. I promise you, out of these three different services, there's one service that brings 80% of his revenue. And then I'm going to be only a specialist in that one service. So whatever that is, let's just say it's DUIs. Then I'm going to make the entire website about DUIs only.
That's good. That's
good. And then I would change the headline. So, avoid going to jail and avoid getting a thing on your license by having a defense team on your side, something like that, where it's all about who you're helping. Yeah,
I love that, Sam. So one thing I want to comment too, it seems like, just to clarify, so some people might say, well, so do I have to have a different website for every single one of these things? That's what it sounds like Sam's saying. And, and Sam, you reply to that, but I think and Russell Brunson talks about this, having a website more like a PR website, or what they call a shadow funnel, right? That's fine for something like that. This would be fine for something like that potentially, but being able to scroll and see all the different services and then where you're sending your web traffic is totally different. So you have accident lawyer, a Google listing, Google ad. You have DUI help, Google ad. That's totally different. That's taking them to a totally different landing page because it's all about conversions, right?
Correct. It is. But it does throw people off when they see your website that you do all these different things. Also practically business, speaking, people want to hire specialists. People don't want to hire somebody that can do it all. People, want to work with specialists. So generally it will help out if you eliminate the services that you offer and focus again on that one top or two top services that you offer to your clients.
It's true. If you've ever had an issue with something and you have a friend that's a lawyer or and you say, well, so-and-so's a lawyer, he's a tax lawyer. We need a criminal lawyer, and he doesn't have any clue what you're talking about. So
even when it comes to criminal, you want to even get more specific than that. So I don't just hire, if I have a DUI, I'm not going to go hire a criminal lawyer. I'm going to go hire a DUI lawyer specifically.
That's true. That's good. That's good. So moving on from there, don't you think this phone, just design wise, this phone number being right in the middle, really small like that, different blue and black, definitely some design. It needs some design help here for sure.
For sure. The most important part of every website is the call to action button, which there should typically should be only be one primary call to action. So if it's a phone call, then that should be the main call to action right for those buttons. That's the case. You don't want to have multiple, because if you give people multiple options, people won't know what to do. So again, always one call to action for every website, for every funnel.
Let's I just got a good idea maybe to give them another example here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Let's see here. So this is your website here, Sam. So the call to action here, you want to use this as an example, or do you have a better?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right away, we see right here, start my business. This is a huge button, huge call to action. If I had heard that Sam was like helping people with their businesses and I can reach out to him to maybe start my own business, this is, how much thought have you put into this button, Sam?
This entire page has been revised like probably 200 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the call to action has to be very specific for that thing. So let's just say for DUI, it would be like, get help with my DUI.
Right, exactly. So they have 4 DUI help here, but why don't we see where this goes real quick, just to give them a little credit here. Let's see.
Hope the next page will be to capture contact information. That'd be the first thing I'm looking for in a funnel. Always the most important thing is to capture that contact information.
And that's what ClickFunnels is really nice too, because it has the pop-up that comes up immediately where you can get that information. Let's see what this does. Yeah. So it takes you right away to start.
Yeah, mine goes to a landing page, pretty much to capture that contact information.
Perfect. Yeah. So landing page, and it's good too because it gives them a little more information. That's what you're doing here. It looks like step 1, step 2, and then if I try to leave the page, automatically I'm like, whoa. Sorry, application. Have you done some A/B testing with doing something like an image here on your ClickPop?
You shouldn't. No, you want to keep it very simple, straight to the point. Less is more when it comes to landing pages. So less images, less copy. Actually, my highest converting landing page. If you go to, I could give you a URL. This is actually einexpress.com/item.
/i10.
Yep. This is my highest converting. Yep, that's the one. Highest converting landing page currently right now. All it is, it's a logo, headline, subheadline, button, and reviews. That's it. Nothing else. So nothing else. And I've tested, long form or short form thing. This is by far the highest converting landing page.
That's good. That's really good. So, okay. So the intent, right? Like what about, so we talked a little bit about intent and like segmenting your lists and stuff like that. When it comes, so his page finally loaded. Oh,
yep. Looks like it went for more information about probably DUI.
So I just noticed this is like a long one pager. Look at this.
Yep.
It's kind of built like a funnel actually, but just not a converting one. Let's see. Geez, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is actually anti-funnel. This is too much information.
Anti-funnel.
Anti-funnel.
That's good.
You want to drive down people through a very clear path of what they should do next. So when I get to this page, I have no idea what I should do. Should I be reading these things? Should I be clicking on these 1 of 8 buttons? It's not very clear. So eliminate stuff. Again, the first part of a funnel is to capture their contact information. The very simple page, just headline, subheadline, button, some reviews. That's it. There's nothing. There shouldn't be anything that you scroll down to.
Okay, so Sam, I'm gonna be the the old school attorney. Okay, for a second. So bear with. Don't get mad at me.
Please.
Okay, so Sam, I built this website because the marketers told me that if I put all this content in here, that Google's going to help me rank better. I mean, this is a content rich. That's one thing we could give them credit on, is this is a content rich website. I mean, as far as text, and I imagine a lot of this stuff right here maybe does rank on Google if somebody searches for certain topics. What do you think about that?
So, what's the end goal of these content or doing any kind of marketing?
Right. So, the goal is to get new customers, right? To get them to call me.
Correct. So the goal isn't to rank well on Google. The goal is to get that lead and get that call. So yes, does it rank on Google? Sure. Does it capture the lead and get the call to get the client? Pretty weak. So good. It does fulfill the purpose of getting visitors. But on this, besides the content, I want to make sure to have a very bold, clear call to action buttons throughout it. In the beginning, when I get to the page, I want to know exactly what I should do. If I do consume this article and this article does help me, what should be done my next step? And it should be very clear. One button, not multiple options. Hey, get a free consultation here. That's it. And that's in the beginning of above the fold, as soon as you get to the website, throughout the content, and also at the end as well.
That's good. So one of the things, right away I can tell, like if I was going to have this on my website and have it buried in some other page so that Google would hopefully find it, maybe I could have a page similar to this and have some kind of a drop down. Like if they go to leave the page, they don't know what they're doing. Because they're trying to find information. So if Google blesses you with, being able to rank for it, and they find the information they're looking for, then I guess it was a success. But now the question is, can you capture a lead out of that? So maybe do a click pop like you have on your website that says, do you need a lawyer? Are you trying to start a new business? We're offering a discount.
Correct. Exactly. A form, exit intent pop-up. That's probably the highest converting form you could have on your website. You could have a ribbon up top, a very clear call to action as soon as you get to every page on your website, what that is. And then you can also have it inside the content. You could have that sprinkled across too. These pages are great. Again, I'm not trying to take away from what it is. It's great. It does get views. But again, the end goal is to get that lead, get that call. So you want to make that very, very, very clear on the page.
So one thing I noticed too, I want to comment here, is that like I don't see a home button. I don't know about you, Sam, but like if I'm looking at a website, I mean, funnels are a little different, but if I'm looking at this website and I'm trying to go back to the first page that I saw, which had actually more contact info, this whole page, there's no home button, not even on the home button. So that would be one thing I would say, just a little technical thing I would definitely update. And maybe we could dive in. I know there are different tools, but I really am a big fan of this one. And I'm not trying to, I don't get any money or anything for this, but I really love this tool. I don't know if you use this. Uber suggests you use this.
Yep.
Neil is I love the guy. So I'm not sure if I'm logged in here, but just one of my favorite tools here is to be able to look for keywords. What tips do you have on that for keywords research?
Sure. So keyword research is very, very important to figure out exactly what topics you should create content for. So every content creation starts off with keyword research. So you create a hit list of your target keywords that you want to target. So let's just say, for me is LLC, how to start an LLC. So I put in how to start an LLC into a tool like this, and I try to find long tail keywords. That means combinations of the main target keyword that I could write about. Typically, a main target keyword like how to start an LLC is going to be very competitive. It's very hard to rank for, but for every target keyword, there's probably 10 or more of those long tail keywords that you could create content for and do well on. So let's just say for DUI. So let's look for some long tail keywords. Another website that I personally use is Answer the Public. Answer the Public is very good to coming up with like the what, when, where, whys for anything related to, let's say, DUI. What happens after DUI? And then you basically use Answer the Public to find those topics, and then those are great. It will be great blog articles to create content for.
That's great for creating blog content. Yeah, that's great. So one of the cool things that I like is finding the domains, hacking these other sites. That's the thing that I love most about ClickFunnels probably, is that they teach you about looking at others. You're not really stealing from them. You're looking at them as a concept, find a model that works and then see how it fits with your business. And if you look right here, you see these websites. These are the top ranking websites for the term DUI. The idea that you can come and see the links that are linked back to them is pretty cool. And we don't have to go too technical and too into it, but using a tool like this, being able to throw it in and see, I can copy all the different DUI felony, is DUI felony, all this stuff, and put it into a little a tool, and actually research those keywords and see if they're good for you. Do you do things like that?
Yeah, definitely. It's all part of the keyword research to find those topics that you can write about.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and look really quick just to give these guys a full technical review here. Rooney Law Firm. Okay, so their top page is their home page, which is pretty normal unless they have some kind of a lead magnet. Okay, so actually they're getting nearly the same amount of visits from an article that they did. Let's take a look at that real quick. What is a pedestrian? It's a very generic one, but I mean, a lot of people might wonder about that, right? What is a pedestrian? So let's just use this as an example. I think that'd be the best value for this, right? So you do something like, what is a pedestrian? Because Google, there's a lot of search for it on Google, and then someone comes to it, and then you have a, maybe someone was hit, right? Was I a pedestrian, or maybe I hit a pedestrian? I want to know, what is a pedestrian? So what kind of a lead magnet could I do for this?
Yeah, but before that, I think it's important to kind of understand the intent behind the keyword. So I wouldn't, if I do a research and I see this keyword for what is pedestrian, and I see it gets searched 800 times a month as no competition, I would not create content for that, because there's no intent behind it. If somebody's searching, just looking about information about what is a pedestrian, that's not a personal injury kind of client. Instead, pedestrian accident, or what happens, who's at fault for a pedestrian accident, that's a very high intent keyword that even if it has much less volume, much less people searching for it, but out of those 60 searches a month, if 5 of those turns into a lead, then that's very, very, very valuable. So always look behind the intent behind the keyword. And that's something I think where the marketer and the lawyer can work together. The marketer doesn't know any better. They pull out the list, provides it to the attorney. Attorney says, yeah, this is good. This is something that if we do rank for this keyword, then yes, it would get us leads. Sends it back, says yes, approved. Then let's go ahead and create content for those keywords.
That's really good. Yeah, I think just getting behind the whole technical side of it, I think sometimes people will get overwhelmed, but this tool right here costs just a little bit of money. I mean, maybe like a cup of coffee a week, to pay for a site like this. And it gives you all the tools and details. At first it was a little overwhelming, and I know there's some other ones, Ahrefs and stuff. There's some other really good ones, but I love this one, how easy it is to use and all the stuff you can do with it. So I think we've done enough here for Rooney Law Firm. Are there any other tips you want to give for these guys?
Yeah, don't make it too much about yourself. 80% of it should be about your clients that you help. So remove stuff, anything that mentions you or yourself. More than 30 years of combined experience, that's great, but that doesn't help. It doesn't tell me why I should hire you. Instead, be like, this is what you get. This is the benefits of hiring a DUI lawyer. That's a lot more impactful. Other than that, I'm looking for, if you could scroll down, I'm looking for one thing that's very, very important. Scroll down. Hopefully it has it. If not, that's the one thing you want to add. Scroll down. Okay, definitely no scrolling things. I don't want to have that. Scroll down. I'm still looking for it. Keep going. There we go. Okay, testimonials. All right, so testimonials is very, very, very important. And for testimonials, it's not just about having a blog of text, because I could sit there and copy and paste somebody else's review and put it on my own website, and it's not believable. So it has to look genuine. So if you can take screenshots of Google reviews or people saying nice things to you inside of an email, that's a lot more powerful. If you are gonna have a block of text, then at least at the very minimum you want to have their name and a picture of them. If you don't have that, it kind of it doesn't look genuine. And as the more reviews is better, not just 3, 6, 9, 12. That's much better. And the video reviews, even better.
Yeah. What's really cool too is, like, if you can get someone to do a review of you, if you can get somebody to do an actual review like that, then you're going to be able to use it for social media. You know, you could do the Instagram thing, you can do the YouTube, of course, and then it's just a lot of really cool things you can do. So, okay, well, cool. Well, we're about out of time. We're going to announce the winner, but really quick, I want to extract some more value from from Sam here. Let's see here. With some technical things going here. Let me just unshare this. Hopefully that helps. Okay. All right. So tell me, what is your parting piece of advice for my mighty marketers out there? What is that number one thing, that value that you're just going to extract and lay on us?
Reviews and testimonials. It's the biggest conversion factor when it gets to getting people to hire you or want to buy your product or service. When people don't know what to do, they'll look at other people to decide what they should do. So let's just say if I go and I don't know anything about a person, so I'm gonna go look up to see what other people have said about you. That reviews are a lot more convincing than what you can say by yourself. You can make promises all day long and say how amazing lawyer you are and how you can do this and this. Anybody could say those things. Versus if I go and provide proof of, hey, here are all the past clients that I've been able to help and look at their success stories and here's what they said about me, that's like 10 times more powerful than anything that you could say by yourself. So proof over promises all day long. That's why you see a lot of savvy marketers, if you look at their main application pages, it's just call to action, video, and then proof for as long as you can scroll. Actually, I'll give you a website if you don't mind, Mike, keep going. Go to legalfunnel.com/video. You could see kind of like, this is actually my most up-to-date funnel that I built. And it's a funnel that I share with our legal funnel students, our lawyer students. This is like the most optimized thing that you'll see of getting people to take action. So I have a logo, headline, video, what they should expect in a video, so that it gets people to watch the video. This is kind of like a mini, in technical terms, it's a mini webinar essentially. And then now it's only proof. And I want you to scroll down, Mikey. Scroll down and look at all the proof that I have. Keep going.
Oh, wow.
Keep going. It's gonna be a lot of scrolling, and the more the merrier. That's the cool part. These are actual people that have been able to help. Hey, here's a little about me. Again, it's more part of the proof. You know, here's some screenshot of how many reviews I have on Google, so you should trust me. Here's my ClickFunnels thing, and then more and more screenshots of more students saying, hey, I got results from your funnels. I got this many bookings, etc., etc. And scroll down, and that all leads to the most important part of the entire funnel, which is the call to action, which for me is to get that booking, the application in. I had in the beginning of the year during the pandemic, I spent $2,500 in Facebook ads, and I generated over $100,000 in clients just from this simple funnel.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And in the beginning too, it actually, when you're looking at it in the beginning, it's kind of like, looks kind of older and kind of like, some of the way the just bleeds into a different color automatically. It's like the design of it, you kind of wonder, but actually it's very clear, very concise as soon as you look at it. So let me see here, go back to this real quick. So as soon as I tried to leave the page, this came up.
Yep. Exit intent pop up. Don't leave until you watch the video. Just one last try to get people to basically watch the video.
Takes them back here. Press play. That's good. So this is what I was talking about, the yellow to the blue to the yellow right away. It's like a design. But this is so this funnel alone, this website landing page, which we call a funnel, it made you how much money?
This is the second page of the funnel. I have a landing page that captures the contact information and brings people to watch a video. So they're nurtured. They pre-qualify themselves for them to fill out an application to book a time with my sales team and have a conversation for the sales to happen. Just with $2,500, it did over 6 figures.
Wow. So that's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah. So you guys can see that, like, depending on what the intent, I think if we start with the intent, what is the person looking for? How can you serve them at the highest level? And I think you've done that. I mean, what would you say is the number one? What is the number one service type that these lawyers, what do they do?
All types. Our most popular lawyer clients are estate planners, personal injury, and family law and immigration. Yeah, these days there's like, it's a wide range of lawyers, but essentially the cool part is you can create an online law firm for yourself where you'll be able to run it from your bedroom, just the same way I have for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
I think in the past 6 months, we're kind of lawyers and everybody, all the service providers, like we're kind of forced to kind of like run an online business, but it's the future, it's the way to go. And it's a much better business model because the results scale out. If you get a funnel to convert, then you could just crank it up and do more and more of it. And it just grows. I never had, every single week in business that I had since I started 5 years ago has only been more and more. I never went down. It's always been growth. So yeah, create yourself an online business and grow from there.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Well, let's take a moment and make sure we get the best way to contact with you. How can everybody keep up with everything you got going on?
Sure. So if you guys are attorneys, you could go to legalfunnel.com. I also have a Facebook group for lawyers called Legal Funnel. So just go on Facebook and search for Legal Funnel. We currently have 800 lawyers inside of the Facebook group. I provide a lot of value the same way you do, Mikey. I think you're doing a great job. And also, you guys could also Google me. So I'm sure the title of this video, whatever it is, just copy and paste that into Google and see what I offer. I help entrepreneurs start their business. So if you're looking to start your business, it doesn't matter where you are, but in the world, by the way, 80% of my clients are from outside the US. If you're looking to start an online business, you'll need a US registered business. And that's what I basically set up. And that I've been able to do this for 4,000 people so far. And I continue to probably do it for 150 a month. So I would love to help you start yours as well.
That's really cool. Well, I got to tell you guys, this has been such a treat. Been watching Sam and everything that he's had going on for quite a while. And so, Sam, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Mikey. I know this is your first episode. Keep up the great work. It's all about consistency and sticking through it. So I challenge you to get to your 100th episode. Oh. And I want you to invite me back on your 100th episode.
You're going to be 100. You're going to be 100 every week. So it's going to take a couple years because I'm only doing one a week.
Sounds good.
All right, man. We'll see you then. Thanks a lot.
Of course.
All right, let's see here. All right, you guys, we're going to figure out the technical thing here. Let's see. I actually love this. I love this platform, though. So
it's organic, it doesn't have to be so formal. It just, people want to see the real side too.
Yeah, it's good. So you guys go ahead. Let's see here. So I don't want to forget to mention, enter your comment below, your website. We got that. I'm actually streaming. I don't know if you do this on when you stream, but you can actually stream on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, even Twitch. I'm not doing Twitch, but you can stream on it. So enter your website below. We'll go ahead and review yours as well.
I could like doing this.
Yeah, that's right. And also, which platform you're on, you got to like it. You got to bang the heart button. I was doing this earlier, Sam. I was going like, and then it's going like this. I was doing the heart. I actually can't reach all the way over to your side. Anyways, lots of fun, man. Lots of fun. All right, you guys. That's enough for me. See you later. Thanks, Sam.
Of course. Thank you.